Hi, welcome to another episode of 99 Reasons to Start and Practice Regular Breath Work. Today, as I promised in the last video, I'm going to talk about allergies. I'm going to talk about the effect of dysfunctional breathing habits on allergies and why and how allergies get triggered because of dysfunctional, unhealthy breathing habits. Because you might be saying to yourself, what does breathing have to do with it? You know, if I have allergies, if I have food allergies, if I have spring allergies, if I have pollen allergies or whatever, what does breath have to do with it? Allergies usually get triggered when our respiratory chemistry access changes due to our body fluid change. When you look at allergies, they get triggered because of a change in our chemistry. If there is no change in your chemistry, if your body fluid chemistry is at the ultimate level, if your body fluid chemistry is balanced at 7.4, if it stays at 7.4, you would be, if it were to stay at 7.4, you were to experience the ultimate level of health and well-being. And that's actually where my mission lies. Because I realized the power of breath work and I understood what breath means for us, for our health, for our well-being, holistically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I dedicated my life for the past 25 plus years. I've been studying and researching, and for the past 20 years, I've been teaching breathwork and breathing sciences all around the world. I dedicated my life to teaching people the importance of breathing and also helping them understand their breathing habits and how their breathing habits affect their health and their well-being, and how they can heal their breathing habits and have a much more healthier life. And I am certain that we humans can reach to a sustainable health and well-being level. We can all stay healthy and well if we change our breathing habits, if we breathe healthy, if our respiratory chemistry doesn't change, if we reach to a point of, because chemistry, the body fluid chemistry is everything, research on it, it's really everything. If our body fluid chemistry stays 7.4, which is the perfect level of the body fluid chemistry, of the body chemistry, your whole organs, your whole, of course, I'm not talking about, you know, eating horrible or doing horrible things to yourself. I'm not even talking about that. I mean, if you're someone who is, you know, health conscious, you're already eating, you know, not perfect, you know, not organic and perfectly healthy, but, you know, in a modest way, on a balanced way, you're eating healthy, your life is balanced, and like you drink, but you don't drink a lot, you are a social drinker, maybe, and you don't smoke, or you eat normally you eat healthy foods, you exercise regularly, you know, if you're an average health conscious individual, if you're living an already balanced life, then with working on your breathing and with investing on your breath, by keeping your respiratory chemical excess stable, and due to that keeping your body fluid pH stable, you can, like I did and many of my students did, reach to a sustainable level of health and well-being. And no matter what's happening on the outside, you can always, the whole time, have balanced health. And that's going to happen by breathing in and breathing out and balancing that breath in and out. Because actually our bodies, if you want to know about this, by the way, you can watch my YouTube videos on my channel, Nevşah Institute channel. I have a school which is called Nevşah Institute. For 20 over years I've been teaching around the world. I have been teaching different workshops and different retreats, and we have a whole curriculum of 3 years of a curriculum. We start with, of course, breathing, because if you don't work on your breathing, if first of all you're not healthy, you can't reach to the next level of humanity. And Nevşah Institute is a curriculum where we help people reach to the next level of humanity by, you know, self-mastery courses, and by helping them master their lives and master themselves. And at the core, of course, breathwork is sitting at the core, because without breathwork and without your breath, don't even think about self-mastery. Don't even go there. Don't even step there, because I see many people without having worked on their breathing, without having worked on their dysfunctional breathing habits. I see many people going on to a self-mastery path. Don't go there, because it's so hard. It's almost impossible. You are not even on an ultimate health level. You're not even balanced yet. You're not even healthy. You don't even have if you don't yet have a healthy breathing habit, that means you don't yet have a healthy brain. How are you going to practice all those mind exercises on self-mastery path? If your breath is not healthy and your brain is not healthy, your mind will keep on thinking constantly. You won't be able to stop the mind and go beyond it. How are you going to find your mission in life? How are you going to meditate? How are you going to connect with yourself, with your higher self? How are you going to activate the third eye if you don't have enough oxygen in the brain? The prefrontal cortex, if you don't have enough oxygen in the brain, your brain isn't functioning well. How come are you going to master your life? Okay, I understand that because I'm a self-mastery teacher and I've been helping people change their behavioral habits and thinking habits and breathing habits and tap into the next level of humanity, which is highest performance levels and highest consciousness levels and the highest mind level. And as you probably have heard millions of times maybe, this life is created by our minds. But it is of course very important to change our mind if you want to change our lives. But how are we going to change our mind? By changing our breath, by changing our chemistry, by keeping our chemistry aligned, by keeping our chemistry balanced. Because unless we work on that, we won't be able to change our mind. And I've seen thousands of people who've been doing mind practice and meditation, and their lives are the same. Nothing have changed. Okay, they feel great, they feel good because they got used to the unbalanced chemistry in their system. And I see many people who got used to the way they are, like the negativity they have, the allergies they have, the pain points they have, and the ups and downs, up and down emotions they have, or, you know, distorted perceptions, or their brain not being healthy enough, their body not being healthy enough, their body gaining weight, or, you know, them not being at the ideal fitness levels, or whatever problems you have in your life, or whatever, not problems, but in whatever areas have you not experienced your highest self. I see that many people with meditation, with some kind of mind work, they get used to where they are and they start feeling comfortable about it. And many people call that self-mastery. I know what self-mastery is from my students and also from my life. I think self-mastery is having the capability to master all areas of your life. If there is only even one area left, money, for example, wealth, health, family, relationships, leadership, if there is only one area left, you haven't mastered your life. And if you're breathing dysfunctional, if you have problems with your breathing, if you don't have enough oxygen in the brain, if you don't have enough energy in your body, the first thing, you need that life energy for your brain to function. How are you going to go and tap into the next level of humanity? That's why I have been teaching breathwork and analyzing people's breathing habits before we start with anything else as a self-mastery teacher, because healing that, changing the breathing habits and helping you breathe functional and helping you breathe healthier will lead to a balanced respiratory chemical excess, and it will lead to a balanced overall body fluid chemistry. It will lead to having a balanced brain fluid chemistry, which will not be the platform that creates distorted perceptions and distorted thoughts and unbalanced emotions. All of the unwanted thoughts and unwanted emotions you're experiencing, all of the judgments and distorted perceptions and all of that feeling, you know, you can name it anxiety, you can name it panic, you can name it sadness, you can name it being too high or whatever. All of the emotional ups and downs are chemical ups and downs. I don't know when humanity will get this. It's like, I don't know when, humanity will really understand that psychology is physiology and physiology is psychology. Your psychology is affected moment to moment by your chemistry, by your breathing, moment to moment. With every breath you take, your body fluid chemistry changes, your brain fluid chemistry changes. And with that change, your thoughts change. And then you do all kinds of practices to work on that already changed thinking habit by not looking at the root of the problem. I'm telling you, the root of the problem. The root of the problem is your breathing habit. Change that, work on that, and have a balanced chemical access, have a balanced body fluid pH, 7.4, have a balanced brain fluid pH, and you'll experience your ideal self, the best version of yourself. The best version of yourself is possible if you're breathing healthy. And it's not possible if your chemistry keeps on changing the whole time. You will have all kinds of distorted thoughts and emotions, and you will keep on working on them, spending money working on them. It's such a funny thing happening right now around the world. People don't go there at the root of the problem, which is breath itself, our relationship with life itself. And they work with all kinds of tools. Before working on their breath, they work with all kinds of tools without looking at the core of the problem. This is the core of the problem. How do I know that? Because if it wasn't at the core of the problem, tens of thousands of people I led into analyzing their breathing habits, thousands of people right now using Breath Hub, wouldn't give us the feedback that once they started breathing healthier, they started thinking healthier. Their allergies started healing. Their reactions started healing. Allergies are reactions. They are just like any other reaction. They are just like any other emotional reaction. Allergies are reactions. Allergies are physical versions of emotional reactions. I'm going to say it again. Allergies are physical reactions of emotional, physical phases of emotional reactions. So when you don't see an emotional, when you don't see that you have an emotional reaction, I'm going to start from the beginning. When you don't notice that you have a breathing habit that is getting triggered, which is the main reaction, and that breathing habit changes your chemistry, and with the change in your chemistry, your brain fluid chemistry changes, and then you start having all kinds of distorted thoughts. Due to that, your body creates distorted emotions, up and down emotions. You have emotional reactions, and then you don't see that emotional reaction and understand that it's breathing related, and you don't do anything about it. Then you start experiencing physical reactions. That's the chain. First, you have the breathing habit getting triggered without even noticing that, because breathing habits are learned unconsciously without even you recognizing them, and they get triggered unconsciously. That's why it's very important to analyze them and start a customized journey. Your breathing habits get triggered, and then your respiratory chemistry changes. Due to that, your overall body fluid chemistry changes, your brain fluid chemistry changes. You start having judgmental thoughts and distorted perceptions and all kinds of thoughts, the unwanted thoughts, all kinds of thoughts that lead to sadness and anger and grief and you name it, all kinds of emotions you don't want to experience. And then those emotions at the end, eventually you change your breathing again and again and again, maybe thousands of times during the day. Your respiratory chemistry, your body fluid chemistry, brain fluid chemistry changes thousands of times. In the end, the result, thousands of distorted perceptions, negative thoughts, distorted judgmental thoughts are there at the end of the day, and due to them, thousands of those emotions, emotional charges, electricity in the body at the end of the day. Because you didn't work with the core, at the end of the day, you're left with that emotional charge. What's going to happen with that emotional charge? As you probably know, it's going to become a physical reaction, allergies. So if you are asking me what's the correlation between wrong breathing habits, dysfunctional breathing habits, and allergies, this is it. because allergies are physical reactions of emotional reactions. If you have a lot of emotional reactions, they become physical reactions. Allergies are the physical version of emotional reactions. If you keep on having those emotional reactions due to the distorted thoughts and judgments and all kinds of problematic, unreal, distorted, like I said, charged thinking habits, which can only be created by a brain that does not have a balanced chemical access. When the fluids in the brain, the chemistry of the fluids in the brain go above 7.4 or below 7.4, you start thinking all those crazy thoughts. You can get used to that by doing meditation or by doing nothing, or you can, have all those distorted thoughts and keep on working on them, like many people do, or like I did and many of my students did. You can go back to the source, which is the breathing habit that changes the chemistry and that creates a platform in the brain that makes it available for negative, distorted thoughts. You can go back and work on that and heal that breathing habit, have a stable respiratory chemical access, balanced respiratory chemical access, have a stable, balanced body fluid chemical access, have a stable brain fluid chemical access. And like me and 99% of my students, I'm just leaving the 1% behind. I mean, I would say 100%, but for the sake of it, let's say 99, so that it doesn't sound too ambitious. 99% of my students, like 99% of my students, you too will be able to just have clarity in your mind. It is possible. And I don't understand. I do understand and I don't understand, because I do understand when people say it's not possible to have a clear mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because they haven't gone back to the root of the problem. I understand that. But I don't understand them not even having a 1% of light in their head, thinking maybe it's possible. I don't understand that. I don't understand how come people say it's not possible to stay awake the whole time. No, it's not possible to have a clear mind the whole time. What if it was possible? What if there was a formula and it was very much related to your body chemistry? What if 7.4 pH, the miraculous pH, if you do a lot of research, you'll find that that is the way, was the formula, and because the reason why we couldn't stay there and our brains couldn't stay at that pH level was our breathing habits. What if we changed our breathing habits and everything could change? And what if by just changing our breathing habits, we could have a clear mind? It is possible. I did it. And I've seen hundreds, I've seen thousands of my students do it. It is possible for you too. You just need a dedication. You just need a little bit of a time investment, a money investment. We have Breath Hub. It is the most advanced breathing app in the world, suggested by experts and psychologists and physiotherapists, and suggested and used by psychiatrists and behavioral scientists. We have a breathing analysis. It's our unique formula. Get your breathing analyzed. Start a customized journey. Understand what you're doing wrong, and then start changing your breathing habit. You too will start experiencing another level, another way of living, which is balanced chemical access, which is a balanced respiratory chemical access, which is a balanced body fluid chemical access, and a brain fluid chemical access. And you can, like all of my students, get rid of all of your allergies, because like I said, you can get rid of all of your emotional charges and distorted perceptions, do a clearing, do a detox, and then from now on, if you don't think those thoughts, if your brain fluid stays 7.4, clearly you will start living your life with a clear mind. And with that clear mind, no distorted perceptions, no emotional charges, you won't experience any kinds of allergies. And I'm gonna tell you one last a real story, which is also interesting and which will also help you understand the importance of breathing and how dysfunctional breathing habits lead to allergies. Many years ago, I don't even remember how many years ago, it's probably 6-7 years ago, I was in a seminar, a breathwork seminar, teaching a group of people, around 25-26 people in New York, at a very beautiful center in New York. And we had a beautiful group of people, and it was a weekend retreat, a weekend workshop. And in that workshop, those days, I was still doing a lot of research, and I was still testing and looking at every breathing habit with capnographs. So I had a capno trainer, which is called an educational capnography we use as breathing scientists. I had a capno trainer, and I started analyzing. I was analyzing all of my students' breathing habits. That's why I had 25 to 26 people in all of my workshops, because that was the number we could, that was the number I could have those analysis one-to-one during the weekend. So we're doing this analysis, and we have been doing these analysis for a while with the group now. There's this lady, we're doing her analysis, and the group is watching. We have capno trainers, so she's on a capno trainer, a basic capnograph, but with educational purposes. So she has cannulas over here in her noses, and she's breathing through the nose, out through the nose. And she's not looking at the screen, but we see it at the back. We see her breathing and what's going on in the respiration, what's going on her oxygen levels and carbon dioxide levels, how fast she's breathing, how slow she's breathing. We're like seeing everything with biofeedback, moment to moment. Every time she breathes, we see it on the screen, and the whole group is watching. We started, with very low carbon dioxide levels. So she was obviously, clearly, hypocapnic during the day, and I'm asking all kinds of, so I'm leading her, like the questions we ask you, during the analysis in BreathHub, on BreathHub app. I was asking same questions, those basic questions, and some different ones during the analysis. And I'm asking her questions like, how do you feel, what's going on? And she told me that she was feeling great. She told me that she was very happy, and she was feeling great, and in her best shape psychologically. And when we were looking at the screen, we were seeing that her respiratory chemical access was unstable, and she was in hypocapnia, which is low carbon dioxide levels. And I learned that she has allergies. She had food allergies, and when I'm looking at her respiratory chemical access, it's so unbalanced. She's alkaline, and she kept on staying there, and I learned that that was her natural state, and I learned that she was doing everything she could to keep her on that state. And then we started working on her breath, and we were able to, with some exercises, like the exercises you will eventually start doing in BreathHub, we were able to rise her carbon dioxide levels, and we were able to balance her respiratory chemical excess, which obviously balanced her whole body fluid chemical excess and whole brain fluid chemical excess. And then I started asking her questions about how she was feeling, and she started telling me that she was feeling worse than we started, because she was so not used to having that energy and awareness in her body. And because her body, due to her breathing habit, due to having low carbon dioxide levels, had such a low awareness, low breath awareness, because she didn't have the awareness in her body built up a lot of pain. So the moment the respiratory chemical excess was balanced, she started experiencing pain. She started experiencing emotional charges, emotional reactions, because the whole body was detoxing physically, psychologically. During that detox you experience, so she started crying, and I'm looking at the chemical levels. Her chemical levels are perfect, but her psychology is worse than we started, because hypocapnia and having a unbalanced respiratory chemical excess actually suppresses your emotional charges as well. So you have emotional charges. If you have dysfunctional breathing habits, you might have some emotional charges which you're not even aware of. You've been suppressing those emotional charges for many years, and those get triggered during the day in unwanted situations. And for example, you shout to your children, you shout to your husband, you get angry to your loved ones, even if you don't. It's like, if you have emotional charges, you can't control them. They are kind of like bombs that explode, and you experience those stuff. And if you're not experiencing, if you're suppressing, like this lady I've been talking about, then you start experiencing allergies. She had full allergies because she had emotional charges she didn't know of. She had a very bad dysfunctional breathing habit that was keeping her in respiratory alkalosis the whole time. Her body fluid pH was too alkaline. She was experiencing kind of like panicky feelings, and she was very on the edge. Like, her usual state was a little bit agitated, but she was relaxed about it because she was doing meditation, she was doing yoga. So she was someone who got used to her agitated state, and she was okay and comfortable by that agitated state, by that alkaline state. And the moment we balanced her body fluid pH, a detox process started happening. So she started crying, she started experiencing all that suppressed emotions, all the pain in her body, and it went on through the breathwork sessions. The reason why I'm explaining this in detail is because once you start your breathwork sessions, once you analyze your breathing habits with BreathHub, and then start a customized journey, the first few weeks, especially during the breathing sessions, you might experience all kinds of emotional, physical detox. So you might experience during the sessions, you might experience pain, you might experience physical pain, you might experience emotional pain, you might experience agitation, a lot of fear, some muscle pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, body pain. During the sessions, your body may feel crampy, your body may get crampy. Just know that this is the detox process. These are the emotions, and these are the body pain, and these are the toxins you've been suppressing that led to allergies for many years. These are the reason, the suppressed emotions, the suppressed emotional charges, the suppressed electrical charges in your body, in your brain, are the reason of these symptoms, and you are detoxing all these charges. So when you continue your breathing sessions, no matter how you feel during the session, you're going to feel amazing after the session, because you'll detox. And with every session, you'll detox some more emotional charges, some more emotional charges. And then as your respiratory chemicals access stays stable, your body fluid chemistry stays stable, and your brain fluid chemistry stable, you will eventually reach, maybe after a couple of weeks, maybe after a couple of months, I don't know, it depends on your specific dysfunctional breathing habit and the customized journey BreathHub algorithm created for you. Sometimes some people have so many breathing habits, they need 6 months, 7 months, a year-long programs to get rid of their breathing habits and start breathing healthy. But as you go further, you're gonna start experiencing more clarity, you will feel lighter, your body will be lighter, your whole body form will change. Like, you'll be much more relaxed in your shoulders, in your movements, you will be much more, like there will be more life. As you practice more breathwork, there will be more life in your body, there will be more movement, and there will be more of this, life energy, that moving energy in your body. You will start feeling, and you'll start feeling and experiencing more lightness, you will be more stretched, you will have more endurance, you'll get rid of your allergies, all of your limitations, and all of that emotional and electrical charges will neutralize, and you will become the best version of yourself. But just keep on doing that. Like the example I gave you in the start, you might be experiencing all kinds of symptoms. They are very natural. As you go further along with your sessions, it will end. You will end the detox process, and you will start experiencing a version of yourself you didn't even know before. that's what exactly happened with me and my students I have led to daily breathwork sessions. You will start experiencing someone else, like, you know, the best version. It's such a different version. It's thinking differently. That version of yourself feels differently. It's just amazing to have that balanced chemical access 7.4. Your life, becomes a miraculous experience. And I wish you well, and I wish you all to tap into that experience. This is what I do, and this is my mission. I founded Breath Hub a couple of years ago, but I've been dedicated on this path, knowing and understanding the importance of breathing for a long time now, and I probably will be talking about it till my last breath, because this is it. This is what we need. This is what lies at the root of all of our problems. This is why people can't experience the best version of themselves. This is why you have allergies, you have symptoms, you feel bad. It's like everything you don't want just disappears if you are breathing healthy. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. And if you haven't downloaded Breath Hub yet, please do so immediately. Invest in your breath and invest in your health. See you in the next video. Hi, welcome to a new episode of 99 Reasons to Start and Keep on Practicing Breathwork. Right now, around the world, millions of people are practicing regular breathwork as their daily practice while running, while doing other kinds of sports. If you're doing Pilates, if you're doing Tai Chi, Qigong, if you're doing regular yoga, or if you're running, if you're bodybuilding, if you are a fitness guru, you're probably practicing breathwork already. Because breathwork is a very powerful tool that helps us endure pain, that helps us build muscle and build our fitness levels very fast, and also it speeds up our metabolism. So anyone who is interested in health, fitness, bodybuilding, Pilates, if you want more muscle weight, if you want to get fit easily and quickly, and if you want to build endurance, if you want to build a better cardiovascular health, you will need to use, or you will need to learn to use your breathing, because without breath, it is very hard to endure pain, especially in professional sports, in bodybuilding, during Pilates, during yoga, for example, during stretching exercises, and also during exercises which will help us to build more muscle. It is very hard if you can't control your breathing, if you can't manipulate, or if you can't change your breathing. These practices might be very hard, and millions of people as well around the world are having a hard time enduring pain, are having a hard time doing fitness exercises or bodybuilding, or they can't endure pain because they are not breathing right, they are breathing wrong, they have dysfunctional breathing habits. So if you're someone who is sensitive to pain, if you're someone who is sensitive to body pain, if you have a very delicate system, it might be because of your breathing, it might be because of your learned dysfunctional wrong breathing habit. If you also have allergies, and I'm going to speak about allergies in my next videos, if you also have allergies, like if you have some food allergies, if you have other allergies, some people get asthmatic during during spring, during winter. Some people have spring allergies, some people have food allergies. If you have allergies, and if you have a sensitive physical body, if you're sensitive to anything in life, especially on the physical level, it might be very much related to your learned dysfunctional breathing habits. So that's why it's very important to analyze our breathing, see what we're doing wrong, and keep on breathing, and keep on and starting a customized journey, and keep on doing exercises that will change our specific breathing habits. And if you already downloaded Breath Hub, if you already finished breathing analysis, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I suggest you, as an expert who have been researching dysfunctional breathing habits and the effects of dysfunctional breathing habits, who knows exactly what happens to our physical body, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, when we breathe wrong, I suggest you strongly that you analyze your breathing habits and start a customized journey with Breath Hub. Because if you're not breathing healthy, if you have problems with your breathing, because our organs live with breath, because breath is our main life fuel, because our cells regenerate with breath, because our brain, all of our body tissues, everything stays healthy and well and strong, because our muscles need breath, oxygen, because our tissues needs, our cell needs, our brain, our organs need oxygen and breathing, a healthy breathing. If you want to stay healthy and well, start with analyzing your breath and practicing regular breath work, because no matter how much fitness exercises you do, no matter how much time you spend on bodybuilding, there are some people who during, for example, bodybuilding or Pilates, they get muscled up easily. I'm one of those people, by the way. I do not exercise much, but when I exercise, it's very fast for my body to build up muscle and to build up fitness, because I have a healthy breathing habit. So having a healthy breathing habit, having enough oxygen in your cells, in your muscles, in your tissues, leads to a higher level of pain endurance. So you can endure pain more than other people do. And I see it in my life as well. I see it in my students. Where I started 20 years ago, I was also very sensitive to pain. My body was much more sensitive to pain. Now, as I get older, but also as I practice breath work each and every day, and as I analyze my breathing habits many years ago, and I worked on my breathing habits, I can endure much more pain. So even though I do not practice, I do not exercise like I used to in my 20s, my fitness levels and the muscle levels in my body are almost the same, even though I age, due to the oxygen level in my blood, due to the oxygen level in my cells, in my tissues, in my muscles. So I cannot suggest enough, I cannot tell you enough the importance of having a healthy breathing habit, especially when it comes to fitness levels, when it comes to building muscle, when it comes to building endurance, when it comes to cardiovascular health. Breath is the most important tool you have. Use it wisely, understand it, become aware of it, keep on practicing. With daily breath work, you become much more aware with your breathing, and we need that breath awareness. What happens when you don't practice breath work daily and when you don't have breath awareness in your body? First of all, you get sick easily because you don't notice the first symptoms that are happening. You get sick easily. If you had breath awareness, if you were more aware, if you had more awareness in your body, in your physical body, awareness of life, awareness of how life is moving towards in and out in your body, you would have much more awareness about your physical health, and it would be very hard for you to get sick. I see that, I've been seeing that in all of my students, tens of thousands of people who finish my seminars, who keep on practicing breath work, thousands of people who use Breath Hub. I get that feedback a lot. As you practice breath work, as you keep on practicing breath work and you become aware of your breathing, you become aware of the pure life energy in your body, in your system, how it moves, when it's stuck. It's like you notice immediately if you're like, I can't take enough breaths, or if you notice immediately if you're out of breath, immediately if you're breathing too fast, too slow, if your breathing habit doesn't match with your physiological needs, because that's the specific problem. When your breathing habit, when your learned breathing habit that is getting triggered during the day does not match with your already existing physiological habits, your body's physiological habits, then it creates many problems, because your physiology, for example, doesn't need that maybe deep breathing, or your physiology doesn't need that shallow breathing, or your physiology doesn't need diaphragmatic breathing at that time. But if you're doing that, it creates all kinds of problems. First of all, a chemical change in your respiratory chemistry, then that respiratory chemistry, that unbalanced respiratory chemistry changes the whole overall body fluid chemistry, and then it changes your brain fluid chemistry. You start thinking negative, feeling negative, you start getting anxious, and you start experiencing more than 200 symptoms of dysfunctional breathing habits. If you want to stay healthy and well, especially if you're someone who is health conscious, who is doing exercises, who is, if you're exercising daily or a few weeks, if health and fitness is an interesting and important topic for you, make sure before you do anything else, you practice breath work 5 to 10 minutes daily. Make sure you get your breathing analyzed, because like I said, to build muscle, to build fitness, to have more endurance, to endure pain, and also to have more muscle in the body, to be more healthy, for your skin to regenerate, for your skin to look healthier, for your muscles to be healthier, you will need oxygen. You will need a healthy breathing habit. And it's so much easier if you're breathing healthy, if you have breath awareness, if you practice breath work, it's going to be so much easier for you to run. You will run more than you used to. Your fitness levels will go up. Your body muscle will go up very easily. Normally, with dysfunctional breathing habits, with people, with my students I work with over the years, with people who have dysfunctional breathing habits, no matter how much they exercise, I see that their fat levels are high. It's very hard to build muscle. You know, some people, for some people, it's very hard to build muscle. It's very hard to get to a fitness level. And even though they're eating healthy, it's like their bodies kind of like release more fat or something. It's very hard to get rid of that fat. If you're one of those people, you probably have a dysfunctional breathing habit. I explained it in my previous videos. I'm going to explain it again and again. Weight issues are also very much related to breathing, because if you have a breathing problem, if you have an unbalanced respiratory chemistry, due to that unbalance, because you won't have enough oxygen, enough life energy in your cells, you will tend to eat more, and your metabolism won't be ideal. It's like it's gonna lower your metabolism if you have dysfunctional breathing habits, if you have unbalanced breathing habits, because your body will eat up all your fuel, because you will be hungry, like your cells will be hungry to oxygen, to energy. First of all, you won't have the energy like other people do for sports and for fitness trainings. And during fitness trainings, it's going to be harder for you to practice any kind of exercise to build the muscle weight you want. And I can't emphasize the importance of breath work. Regular breath work is going to speed up your metabolism. It's going to be very easy for you to lose weight, also to crash out the toxins and detox your body from fat, detox your body from toxins. And the more you practice breath work, and if you analyze your breathing and start a customized journey, the better your breathing habit is, the healthier you start breathing. What's going to happen in the end is you're going to tend to eat less, you're going to tend to eat healthier, you're going to start building muscle weight very quickly. It's like you'll build muscle much more quicker, because when you have enough oxygen in your body, in your cells, and in your muscles, the moment you start doing sports, you start building muscle quicker. You know, some people build muscle so much quicker. So I'm talking about those people. They have a healthier breathing habit. That's why athletes and professional football players and basketball players all around the world, volleyball players, swimmers, started doing breath work daily, or they're working with their breathing daily. Because if you're a professional athlete, if you are doing exercise every day, if you are health conscious, if you want to stay fit, you will eventually understand, you will need to eventually understand the importance of breath work. It is such a huge support for us, especially for our physical body. Like I said, I can't emphasize enough. So just try it, even if for a few months. When you try it, I have, by the way, worked with professional athletes. I have worked with world-class tennis players, world-class national team level, NBA level basketball players, and we have seen a huge difference in a few months in their fitness levels, in their endurance levels, in their cardiovascular levels. Imagine, even a professional athlete, a national basketball player, NBA level, or world wide known tennis players or football players. I have worked with hundreds of them. Even their fitness levels and endurance levels change. Think of what can happen to you if you're not a professional athlete. You'll go from here to here. You can go from 0 to 10 in a matter of weeks, in a matter of few months. You can be totally someone different if you keep on practicing breathwork every day on your fitness levels, cardiovascular levels, and you will see it immediately. You will see it like with one tennis player. I remember we did just one breathing session for 20-25 minutes here in London. She was getting ready for Wimbledon. Just 20 minutes of breathing session, and then she started training, and she then after the training told me like her fitness level, cardiovascular levels, endurance levels. She just told me like, you know, I can run better and my body feels much more stronger. How is this? She was asking, like, how is this possible in 20 minutes? It is possible in 20 minutes. It is possible in 25 minutes, because if you practice breath work for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, you will definitely have more oxygen in the blood. You will definitely have more oxygen in your cells. You will be more awake. Your whole body will get the food it needs, full on energy, full on fuel, and you'll be like a monster. So if you are doing any kinds of sports, especially like with yoga, I have worked with yoga teachers, I have helped yoga teachers, I have helped yoga students, I have worked with Tai Chi teachers. There have been some Tai Chi teachers and Qigong teachers I certified as breath coaches around the years. And I have worked with a lot of students, I've worked with a lot of people who practice regular yoga, yogis, and with breath work, with breathing. If you get breath conscious, and I'm not speaking about only pranayama, I'm speaking about daily breath work exercises. Pranayama is just one part of that, you know, getting aware of your breathing, analyzing your breathing, working on your breath. I have worked with hundreds of yogis, and their feedback has been, it's very easy to stretch. It's like during stretching exercise, if you practice, just try it. If you're doing yoga every day, download Breath Hub. Just try it for free for a week, because you can cancel. Even if you subscribe, you can cancel it during that week if you don't like it. So download Breath Hub. Practice breath work daily in the morning, 10 to 15 minutes before your exercise, before your yoga practice. I'm sure, I'm certain that you're gonna feel the difference. If you practice everyday breath work, you're gonna feel much more stronger. It's gonna be easier for you to stretch. You're gonna level up during your yoga practice, like Tai Chi, Qigong. Your body awareness will go from, I don't know, 5 to 6 to 10 to 100. Qigong, same. If you're doing running, and as you know, breath work is already used by millions of women around the world during childbirth. Do you know why? Because with breathwork, with certain breathing techniques, your body can endure so much pain. And I'm speaking as a mother who had 2 natural births, as a mother who knows exactly how that birth pain feels like. And you can endure that with specific techniques. Just imagine that you can even endure with specific breathing techniques, and our breathing kicks in, you know. You can endure so much pain. It's so much easier to keep on running for hours, or to keep on exercising harder on bodybuilding, professional sport. It's very much easier. That's also why breathwork is used in physiotherapy for chronic pain. I've worked with people who had traffic accidents and who couldn't endure the pain. So they had so much pain in their bodies, with broken kneecaps and broken bones, and also broken bones in their chest, arm, whatever, and they weren't able to stay put. It's like they had to get real high doses of pain relief pills, and with regular breath work they were able to endure that pain, and they were able to heal that pain by analyzing their breathing habits, working on their breathing habits, just, you know, slowly, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. You can heal chronic pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, all kinds of muscle pain, because you won't have all that muscle pain when you have enough oxygen in your body. If your breathing is healthy, if you're breathing healthy, it's going to be so much easier to exercise every day, because usually people who have dysfunctional breathing habits, who are breathing wrong during the day or during while they're exercising. I have seen hundreds of them. Like, do you recognize that you're holding on to your breath, or you're breathing in a different way during exercise, maybe weightlifting, during Pilates? I don't know if you feel, if you have a lot of muscle pain, if you have a lot of shoulder pain, neck pain, also back pain after exercise, you're definitely breathing wrong during the exercise, because normally, even if you exercise like a professional, if you had a healthy breathing habit, because your breathing reflexes kick in to compensate the lactic acid in the body, no matter how hard you exercise, you wouldn't have the muscle pain the other day. If you are breathing healthy, and I'm experiencing that on myself, with the professional athletes, with the professional players I've been working with over the years, when you breathe healthy, no matter how much you exercise, you don't have muscle pain the other day, because your breathing is the one tool. Because if you're doing professional sports, you probably know that doing professional sports, your body is releasing too much lactic acid. And even if you have a healthy breathing habit, the bicarbonates in your kidneys, which are used to compensate the lactic acid, the acidity in the body, won't be enough. So another breathing habit will kick in, which is a healthy breathing habit, which is a healthy breathing reflex, and you're going to be breathing deeper. You're going to breathe, you will be breathing in a different way. When you have breathing awareness, you breathe in a different way when you're doing exercises. If you practice breath work every day and build that awareness, your breathing habit will change, especially during the exercise. You'll find that you're breathing in a totally different way, which will lead to compensating the lactic acid in the body, no matter how much you exercise. And the other day, you won't have muscle pain. If you have muscle pain, you're doing something wrong with your breathing. If you have shoulder pain, neck pain, after yoga practice or after sports, after exercise the other day, it is not normal. Many people think it's normal. Many people think they have soreness, muscle soreness, because of the exercise they did the other day. I even hear some trainers, because millions of people have dysfunctional breathing habits, and because millions of people are breathing unhealthy in all kinds of unhealthy ways, not even paying attention to their breathing during exercise, before or after the exercise, people think that muscle pain and muscle soreness is something normal. It is not normal. It happens because you are breathing wrong, because when you have dysfunctional breathing habits, why don't I, or why don't many athletes I've been working with, many people who've worked with their breathing habit, don't experience that soreness? I sometimes don't do any kind of exercise for a week, because sometimes I'm too busy, or sometimes for 10 days. Although I have an active life and I walk a lot and this and that, sometimes I don't exercise for a few weeks, and then afterwards I really I exercise with my core muscles and body. I do some bodybuilding and yoga, sometimes Pilates, like hard work of maybe 2 hours of full-on exercise, and I do not have any muscle soreness the other day. And usually the teachers say, you probably will have a lot of muscle soreness, and I'm like, I probably won't, and I don't. And this is the case with many people. If you are breathing unhealthy, you will have muscle soreness, or you will have neck pain, shoulder pain. These are signs that you don't have a healthy breathing habit. And if you're experiencing these, if you're experiencing any kind of pain, if your body is too delicate to pain, if you can endure pain as much as you want, if you have muscle soreness, if you can't build muscle easily, if you are not at the ideal fitness levels, if you gain weight easily, if it's hard to lose weight and build muscle and everything I talked about in this video, make sure you download Breath Hub right now and get your breathing analyzed, see what you're doing wrong, and check out the customized journey, your customized journey, because after that breath analysis, as I told in my previous videos, as Breath Hub team, not as the Breath Hub team, but as the Breath Coaching Federation, Breathing Sciences School, a lot of breath coaches and breath workers and behavioral scientists and psychologists we've been working with, we built a unique algorithm that is called breathing analysis, which cannot be duplicated, you cannot find it anywhere else. We combine it with technology, and just by answering some questions, we know exactly what you're doing with your breathing. And at the back end, with this algorithm, with the technology we created, you can start a customized journey. You can understand your breathing habit, you can see what you're doing wrong, and then you can start a customized journey that is going to heal your specific problem, your specific breathing habit in a matter of few months. And after that, you will continue practicing breathwork anyway with Breath Hub, with the sessions we have, because once you change that breathing habit, once you get the importance of daily breathwork, you cannot not do it. It gives us so much energy, so much clarity. It builds our fitness levels and endurance levels and our capability, our health and well-being. It's such a powerful tool for sustainable health and well-being. If you get the importance, like my students and each and everyone I ever met who practice regular breathwork, you just can't not do it. So that's the brilliance about it. Like people, do yoga, and some people who get the importance of it keep on practicing yoga every day. People do meditation who get it, practice it every day. Breathwork is like that. It's like if you get it, it's like if you get the importance of it, if you experience the differences, you cannot not do it. So just try, get your breathing analyzed, see what you're doing wrong, start a customized journey and start changing your breathing. Your whole fitness levels will change, your endurance will change, you'll have more muscle, and you will reach to a sustainable health and well-being level, and you will get rid of your allergies. And I'm going to speak about allergies in my next video. If you want to be free of allergies, watch my next video. I'm going to explain the link between allergies and breathwork and breathing problems and wrong breathing habits. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, like my videos, please click on like and make sure you subscribe to Breath Hub. There is more to come about breathwork, about the importance of breathwork. See you in the next episode of 99 Reasons to Start Breathwork.